Yeah, try to do that stuff during the week and not on the weekend. That's the big thing.
Well, that's what I told her. That's what I told her. This is ridiculous. We should do this stuff on Tuesday. This is nuts. I mean, you wouldn't believe how many people are in that Target, Terry. You couldn't even really put a cart down the aisle. It was that bad. 1,000 people in there probably.
Oh, yeah, I remember the days.
I'm trying to figure out where to put this radio because I want to leave it powered on, but I want to operate by 3000. And I'm thinking that I might be pulling that Heath kit above it.
Yeah, I gotta buy all
out of there because it needs
and I gotta have
work anyway.
Stuff to wear to work. You know, I can't wear nice clothes up there. You know, so yeah, I gotta have t-shirts, shorts, all that kind of stuff, and not wear nice stuff up there.
Oh, absolutely.
Go to Costco. It's a death wish. You have absolutely no clue how many people are in that Costco, and
oh yeah,
it doesn't matter if it's morning, noon, or night.
Yep.
It's completely jam-packed with a line going in and a line going out.
Costco is so bad.
Crazy. Huh. Guess I'm lucky over here. There's never a line going in. Sometimes you get 5 people going out, and usually the lines are maybe 1 or 2 carts ahead of you at the most. We could have 200 people in the food court alone, just sitting there and standing ordering food in the food court.
Even here where I live,
it's like something out of like you would expect to see at Disneyland, you know.
And every one of them's rude.
Yeah, and now they make you go to a kiosk or something to order it. I guess you can wait in line and pay cash, but you still have to show your Costco card to get food. I've never saved a single dollar at Costco, I might add. And the reason why is, number one, it's just her and I and the dog, so we don't need, we don't need a huge box of whatever it is we're buying. You know, it just doesn't make sense. And then the other thing is that we'll see stuff that we want, and so then, that could be anything, but by the time I get out of there, it's $300 or $400. So, there isn't any cost savings. I mean, if you knew what you were going and you made a list and you stuck to it, I think you could do pretty good. Yeah, plus you get paid a couple bucks on the flyer. The sale starts, let's say, yesterday or something, and you get stuff that's $2 or $3 off this. But as far as like the toilet paper and the Kleenex and maybe some of the breakfast cereal, some of the tequila or whiskey, you get their brand. The clothing's usually really good price, I think. And I don't know. I think they're only allowed like 18% profit or something. So then I always see what flashlights they have or whatever. I mean, to me, it's I have to drive 20 miles to go to the place. But man, if there's people in there, there's no way I'm going. If it sounds like what you guys got. We have one down in Oxnard, we got one up in Kalita. I just go to the Kalita one, but man, there's never more than probably 100 people in the whole store. Yeah, it's a mob scene here. This particular area is a boom town. I mean, it has been for years now, but it's just really bad. And we have to understand, this is like the tech capital now. This town I live in, we have Intel here has huge plants and buildings all over. I think they employ like 100,000 people or something. And we got Motorola, we got ON Semiconductor, we got PayPal, Apple. I mean, geez, it just goes on and on and on. If you drive south on the road that our neighborhood's off of, and you go down there, you just can't even believe it. It's like Toyota headquarters, the financial districts down there, all the banks are there. I mean, it's just crazy. Oh boy, I don't know. I guess I don't talk to my daughter enough, my 2 daughters, but my daughter owns a house in Gilbert. But doesn't that make the house, you know, if you sold your house, wouldn't it be worth double what you paid for it?
Well, my house right now is worth 5 times what it was when I bought it. But I've had this thing since 1999. So, you know, I have time on my side. But yeah, the home prices have gone way up. You know, there's a demand for them here. But yeah, I mean, we'd have to have a place to live, and you can't afford. Like if I sold this, there wouldn't be anything to buy. You know.
Nope.
You'd have to. I'd have to significantly upgrade and outlay a bunch of money, and I don't want to do that.
Right. Yeah. I'm kind of sad I lost my track house there with my wife, but I mean, the base price for the taxes was only $230,000, and now it's worth like 1.4 mil. But Prop 13, you don't have to. They don't get you. So if your house is worth 5 times more than it did when you bought it, are they taxing you on like 3 times more than you paid for it every year on their property tax?
They don't do that stuff here. The property taxes, knock on wood, are fairly low. They keep going up, of course. And now this state is a blue run state. And so, you know, the first thing they love to do is jack those property taxes up through the roof. And so it's going up steadily, but it's not a problem as of right now.
Oh, okay. Okay, very good.
So let's see.
It's nothing like what you guys have.
Good evening, Alex.
Good evening, Gary. How you doing?
How you doing?
All right. Doing all right. All right, well, I made a few contacts on 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, only 5, maybe 6, 7 contacts, so not very good. Then all of a sudden, just like, oh, it's gone. Of course, I always got to give you my 10-meter report, because that's what I do. Clark, you look up that auction site. I actually bid on a bunch of stuff. That means I got to go down there either tomorrow or the next day and go look at it and see if I got like $69 worth of stuff for about 8 items. But there's some pretty cool stuff. Mostly all, a lot of diesel parts. I don't need any of that. I do, but I don't. I don't know one thing from another. But the only bid that's coming up against me right now is 4 or 5 of these double commercial air horns. They're painted green. And somebody else wants them too. So I just made a bid for $29 instead of it started at $1.
Oh, wow, like train horns?
No, they're not that big. No, they're only about 16 inches to 18 inches like that. But, there's some other stuff. Some bird watt meters, and a bag of bird blood.
Oh, yeah.
That right now it's $2. But I'm sure somebody will bid against me. We still got 2.5 days left.
Word is the word.
Yeah, definitely. Those would be worth having.
What does something like that cost? I know there's at least 2 of them in there. And then on the other bid, there's a bag. I think
$50 to $100 a slug, I think.
Yeah, whatever, like 100 watts. That would cover this band. I mean, they cover what 1.8 to 30, or they don't do that.
Well, that's just it. Those slugs dictate the frequency, the band, and the power level. And so there are HF slugs.
1987.
HF slugs, they're more desirable.
Wow. I don't think I've looked at this one yet.
But, 250, 500, 2500, 5000, 10,000 watt HF slugs, those are worth good money. You say $80 to $100 a slug if they're good, because they might not be good. They do go bad. But the other slugs could be real high frequency UHF, VHF, or something, or low in frequency.
Oh my God!
Nobody wants those.
Look at this.
I can't give them away.
The first thing I see inside of here. That's nuts.
Yeah, okay, well, let's take a look and see what's in the box and stuff.
Look at that.
And, like right now,
Wow.
I only got $2 into it, so not a big deal. And there's some other stuff. I didn't bring the lid.
So this is the earlier one that would have the old logo on it.
I thought I might be able to use with my battery oil, maybe. And there's two of them for $2.
Wow.
And but the guy with the horn is the only guy that's actually bidding against me so far. And I can't remember what the
All
other
HF
10 items
transceiver,
are, but
general coverage, advanced
so
circuit
far,
design,
like I say, I think I was the
superb
first one to get
frequency
in there.
stability,
Started
continuous
on
duty
the
operation.
I'm surprised that more people aren't bidding on that stuff.
Mid-size masterpiece. Deluxe 751A includes more high-performance features and professional circuitry per cubic inch than any other HF transceiver. It is smooth as silk operation and long-term reliability produce the ideal con-testing, DXing, mobiling, and portable rig. Owning a 751A truly means going first class. So they say quality, reliability is important to you. It's important to ICOM. ICOM now covers you and your investment with its exclusive 1-year warranty. That's more.
The auction's over at 7 p.m. You know, or
There's more. The 751A receiver boasts 105 dB dynamic range for superb listening. The 100% duty cycle transmitter defies abuse and delivers 100 watts of exceptional stability and clean RF. See, back then they made these radios to do 100 watts full duty cycle, and that means like 100 watts FM, key down, indefinite. These new radios come out. You read the paperwork on the new Yaesu 710. It's really very vague. It says do not use the transmitter for long periods of time because you could damage it. What? What do you mean? Well, like I'd have to look it up again, but it was like basically talking about extended periods of use can damage the transmitter. What? So you're telling me I can't just sit here and broadcast with this thing on sideband? You know, nope, I can't do it. All bands operate 160 through 10 meters. It's easily modified for Mars operation. Plus, it includes general coverage, reception, 32 tunable memories, a modern amateur's delight. Special attractions include electronic key or semi or full break-in rated at 40 words per minute. Panel selectable 500 Hz FL32A CW filter. A volume control tracking side tone. Sideband transmissions are enhanced with an RF speech processor and tone control to produce sparkling clear audio. Plus, there's a new rubberized tuning knob for velvet smooth tuning and a full line of accessories and filters. RF power control varies the output of independent of the mic gain and ALC, the speech processor. So this is really funny. I just like open it up and boom, 751A, right there. Crazy.
Thinking I need to wait again, and you know, it's just like I guess if you're under 5 minutes or something, every time you bid it'll add 5 minutes. So there isn't ever a reason to try to wait. You know, you're actually priced better by just putting whatever the max you would pay for the thing.
Here's our 940.
Like equipment auctions, heavy equipment auctions, they're all
100% duty cycle transmitter.
Somebody bids towards the end. 5 more minutes.
I don't trust these new radios when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Damn, do I want this thing? Yeah, you know what? I do want it. So then they have time to bid. And then 5 more minutes. Yeah.
Here's a 761.
I have no idea what the stuff's worth.
940. Tech Paragon.
You know, they got it in the
pretty cool.
But I see the bird meter there, but I don't see the other parts that come with it. There's like some kind of a stick something in there, and there's something else. I don't see that stuff in the case. And then the other one's got a piece of paper over it that you can't see. So the only way to really know is to go there. I'm really surprised there's no radio stuff.
Berry Electronics.
Power supply, 48 volts to 120 volts, or 120 volts to 48 volts, 50, 100 amp stuff, and 100 amp. I don't want to get all in that stuff around. But yeah, so I guess what he just did too as well.
989B.
I don't really want to pay more than $50 for that thing. To me, it's not worth more than $50. So I just go in there and put max bid of $50.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
So does that mean that if it goes for less than $50, I'll get it, or do I have to pay the 50?
No. If somebody bids 30 and you had 50 in there and you want it, well then it just goes to the next bid increment. So it tells you what the bid increment is, $5 or something. So no.
Tech Paragon. Wow, look at this little computer.
One bid increment over the last.
IBM PC.
Yeah, that's what I gotta do. But first I want to go down there. It's only like 30 miles, 35 miles down to Fort Wayne and look at this stuff. I have to get in on the base, so sometimes that's not easy.
Yeah, well that's cool.
761.
I like the one where
$2,100. 751A. $13.99.
I don't know. It was crazy.
735. $8.29.
Where's Bram tonight?
I haven't heard anybody.
I don't have a microphone.
Yeah. Okay. There's 470 items, I think. And that's probably only half of it.
I can't film.
Even Clark, W7RQM.
Who's
Hey,
that?
how's it going?
Good. I was hoping that Bram would be on here so I could hear my radio.
Yeah, man, he's got it all going. He's really been having a lot of fun with that thing. It sounds good.
Good. Did he get the tuner going?
I'm not sure. I know he was going to put some time on it today, but I'm not sure.
Okay, I found the cable and jumper cable between the two, so yeah, it served. I used it for a number of years. My brother used it for more than I did, I think, and it's been sitting under the workbench.
Yeah, that's really cool, man. He's got it going. He's got the PyX board in there, and I think he did some mild alignment work to it, and yeah, he's been on it, I don't know, 3 or 4 nights.
Yeah, it was pretty clean, so I'm sure he's happy.
Yeah, that was a great price. That was very nice of you to do that. My hats, I tip the hat to you, man, because it's a reasonable price that he's enjoying it. And if he didn't get it, then maybe a new ham would have got it or something, And then that's the way I do. Is I always just either give the stuff away or sell it cheap.
Yeah, if it didn't go, Bram wasn't interested, I was going to take it up to the Prescott Ham Fest and put it on our club's consignment table.
Yeah, that's the way to do it, man. Because it's not worth a ton of money, so it just doesn't matter. You're better off doing the right thing, and you did the right thing. So that was great.
Well, good, thank you. I'm glad he's happy, and I'm happy it paid for dinner tonight.
There you go.
I had to find a microphone.
Go ahead.
Wait a minute, it didn't like that. Hold on. KG7HR.
So maybe I'll see you at the Hamfest, Alan.
Yeah, I hope so. Hey, we're going to Lefty's at around 2:15, 2:30 on Saturday.
Yeah, I know they told us. We're going to try to make it. We'll have to see. We were planning on going to the Hamfest for a couple hours, and then Terry's putting his car in a car show over there. So we were going to drive up there and hang out with Terry and walk around the car show for a while. And if the timing works, we'll stop in there.
Yeah, good. Well, I hope to see you again. And anyway, all right, well, I'll kind of hang around here a little bit and see if Bram shows up.
Let me see if it's working. KG7HR.
Oh, there you are.
I had to find a microphone. I had the radio here. I got the cover off of it. Got the cover off of the tuner. And I do have the tuner hooked up, but I have the amplifier on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you may have to rewire that tuner because I kind of changed the configuration off and on.
All I did was I just added 160 to the rest of them, so they were all on antenna number 2.
There you go.
But that's pretty cool how they did that, where you could have a group of bands for each of the 4 connectors. I like that, but it would suck if you had one multi-band antenna, you know?
Well, it kind of does, because it gets to be kind of a rat's nest in there, connecting everything to one SO239.
I was really kind of surprised when I opened that thing up and saw the size of those ceramic capacitors. I was like, wow, that's not... You know, MFJ would have called that legal limit.
Oh, yeah.
KG7, hey, David.
Hey, David.
Hi, Alan. Hey, Graham and Clark. I get to hear what my radio sounds like. Oh, yeah, what do you think? Sounds clean.
Just let me know if I need to nudge the frequency, because it's like, as you know, you can't really get the calibrator to get perfect, so I just adjust the tuning step. You know, you just tune the knob until, you know, you don't see the digit change, but you can get it close.
That sounds great.
I'm looking at a 1987 73 radio magazine that came from Dave Kelly, AI7R. And in the first page is the icom 751a. It's so cool.
Yeah, Alan, you bought that, what, in 88?
I think 89, I was, kind of surprised looking back at I gave Bram the original receipts, and I was surprised how much that sucker cost.
Oh yeah, that was an expensive radio. What was it? $1,500, I think you said.
Yeah. And you know what's funny is that 735 was $800 and something dollars. So they must have thought there was a big difference between the two of them.
Alan, yours didn't have the built-in power supply? No. Hey, mine does have the built-in, did have the built-in power supply, but the guy who sold it to me wanted it, so he took it out and kept it.
What? I didn't know you could do that.
I didn't know you could do that either. Yeah, he did it. I don't know. He had one, and he sold it for this other guy for him, and he wanted it. So I don't know, and I didn't really care, so he took it out. I know the tuner has the option of jumping 12 volts from the radio. Otherwise, you have to plug the tuner in.
Yeah, they've got a kind of a square, rectangular, flat power supply that just goes right in the bottom of the radio. That little square plate on the back of the radio, you remove that and install the internal power supply's plate, and it piggybacks and plugs into your regular 12-volt connector.
Yeah, I see. Well, the guy who sold it to me, he said that the built-in power supply had a problem when you were doing CW, and it was causing interference in the CW signal.
It was a very early switching power supply, so supposedly that they had problems.
I watched that Canadian guy repair one of those. I was working, and they just had YouTube on it. It was working on the computer, and it just kept running random videos, and that one came on, and man, that power supply put him through the ringer. He almost gave up at one point.
Oh, really? I haven't seen that one.
Yeah. Alan, does that 751A have the 500 hertz filter in it? I don't remember.
It has exactly whatever it came with, David, and they're different than the non-A. I'm looking at the ad for it right here, so it says, yes, it says 500 FL32A CW filter.
Yeah, I think that was standard then, the 500A. And I forgot how you put it on. It might have been that, I don't know, I forgot which knob it was, the 2%. But it sounds pretty good in CW.
Yeah, they made it to where some guy can't just pull the filter out. where some of these other radios that you would buy, like, I think it's probably like radios like a lot of the Kenwoods, all the filters can be unplugged, and literally they just take all the filters out and sell them.
Did you notice anything in the RIT after you put that PIX board in?
I did, man. That's annoying.
So it's the same thing I told you about, right?
Yeah, you got to clear it every time, and it works, but it's like it's going off of some weird calibration, and so it displays kind of like gibberish, and it starts at like 9 instead of 0. I don't understand. And so what I did was I just put the other board back in since it's got full voltage on the battery, and I tucked the PIX board up into the side of the radio with the instructions and put the cover back on it.
It's not that bad. I mean, you just press it clear and then it works normal.
Well, if for some reason I die and somebody gets the radio, they'll have the PIX board in the bottom of the radio.
Whatever. I don't know why, but I thought if that battery dies and the PIX board isn't in it, and I thought the radio was dead and it couldn't be revived. I don't know why I thought that.
No, it's just you could go get another icom board. There's a guy selling them on. There's a guy selling. He says reprogrammed. So there's a way to program them. It's just really not within any of our reasonable reach. You need an old DOS computer, and you need to build a special circuit. But there is a way to program a hex file to it. But there's a guy selling $45. You can buy old icom the board.
Well, anyway, like I said, I think mine's more off than yours, so I don't know. I don't think mine sounds as good as this one does.
Alan, did you have this sent to ICOM, or was it to the guy, Scott Malcolm?
You know, I think early on, it looks like I sent it to ICOM for something, but I think it turned out to be probably operator headspace. My brother sent it up to the guy in Washington because at one time the tuning dial got really, really hard to turn, and then all of a sudden they broke loose. So, and I think the guy went through it and kind of realigned it.
Yeah, I think I sent a picture to Kevin, who used to work at ICOM back in the time when they had these, and he said that it has ceramic trimmers. So I think maybe one of you guys had the trimmers replaced. That was a big problem on these. They had plastic trimmers. That was what I was talking about, how the wax would get in them.
Yeah. Well, maybe the guy up in Washington did that when my brother sent it up there. Oh, you have the new trimmers. I bet you that's why your frequency's more on alignment than mine.
Yep, and that's what reminded me of that. That they have problems. And my original 751A had the plastic ones, David, and it was exactly the same symptoms you had.
Oh, okay.
You might be able to get a hold of those trimmers from somebody, but you can't buy them from Mauser or DigiKey, and you can't buy them from ICOM. Yeah, I'm just having a blast with this thing, Alan. It's like I really like listening to it. You know, for me, it's like, and then David got me listening to shortwave on it and stuff, and so I'm just having fun.
Yeah, I remember being on vacation many years ago listening to AM radio, KFWB, when we were up in, they used to have the old night serials on there, like The Shadow, and I remember listening to those at like 9 o'clock at night when I was camping. Yeah, you could listen to even the 1070, in Los Angeles, the AM stations and AM broadcasts, they even sound pretty good on that radio. That's what it was. I think it was 1070.
Well, I got the broken screw out of it today too. I slowly drilled it, got that out of there, and then I found a few screws that are not brass that are they fit the radio. So I'm gonna try and get a whole set of screws. I'm just not really sure where I can order them from. I'm gonna call on Monday. I'll probably call like DigiKey or Mauser and see if they know.
So, Alan, you guys did something to fix Doc's beam, huh? Well, it's still kind of a mystery. He said we added some extra coax on his new dipole, and he said he coiled it up, and SWR went bad again. I don't know what's going on. I think his main feed line on that antenna may be bad.
Oh, okay. This morning he said it was working fine.
Yeah, I know, but then he said he did something to it, and next thing he knew, the SWR was like, infinity.
What did he do to it?
He coiled up some coax, and then it went bad. He straightened it, he laid it back out on the ground, and all was well again.
Oh, okay, well.
It's kind of a mystery.
David, did you sell him some coax?
I had some coax that was 30 years old. I told him it was brand new.
I don't know if you know this, Alan, but we give David a hard time about his really old coax. He's got coax that's older than me.
You saw that coax on that one 2-meter beam up there. It's been up there, Alan, since 1989.
Good grief. I remember we all used to use RG8.
David's got Radio Shack RG58.
Oh, I still got some of that somewhere, but I don't use it.
Well, I'm hoping that that somebody will be selling coax at the Amfest next week.
Oh, they will.
Maybe the DX store.
Now, I need to get the address. It's on Stover Drive. That school, well, what's the name of the elementary school? Do you remember, Alan?
I think it's Glassford Elementary, but I'm not sure. It's just south of 89A or whatever it is on Glassford Hill. It's like, I don't know, half a mile south of there. It'll be, I don't know which way you're coming from. If you're going north on Glassford Hill, it'll be on the right, and you can see the school from the road.
Yeah, I'm going to come down from the Prescott Valley side, the Walmart side. So I'll be coming north on Glassford Hill, turning left on 69, going down to Glassford Hill.
Yeah, just look to your right. You'll see the school backs up to the road.
Oh, okay.
And you just go past it, and you make a right turn and kind of wander a little bit through the residential area.
Last time I did that, I missed the turn, and I wound up, I don't know where, somebody down east of there, somewhere down the road. It's like, wow, there's a lot of homes to the east,
Well, go to, I think it's PrescottHamfest.com.
Okay.
David, you better bring a sleeping bag and some water.
Well, I was thinking of bringing some MREs, too, in case I, get hungry.
Good.
We'll send a search party for him if he doesn't show up.
What's happening up in Happy Jacks?
Not much. It was warm again.
Good. Somebody was shooting off firecrackers here tonight, or something. Unless they were shooting off a gun, I don't know, but they're not allowed to shoot off a gun. We're too close to each other.
Generally speaking, that's a gun and not firecrackers. It's probably just another drive-by shooting. Don't worry about it.
Groom Creek, a drive-by shooting?
Yeah, they were shooting at some deer while they were driving by.
Yeah, it's a new what?
Maybe they're shooting at the javelina.
They could be out there target shooting. I've heard them out here recently.
It wasn't as warm today here. It was like not nearly. It seemed kind of cool actually.
How hot did it get down there, Clark?
A third of an inch over here.
Hi, Alex. What did you say?
Got a third of an inch, ic751a.
You got rain? I thought your rainy season was over.
I was hoping it was, and then we're going to get some more tomorrow. I think I haven't looked at the news, but there was supposed to be a gap, and it got sunny right before sunset, and only a third, and maybe the biggest part's going to be tomorrow.
Alex, did you know our friend Alan? He's over there in Dewey.
Hello, Alan.
Hey, Alex.
How's it going?
Hey, it's going good. The ic751a.
Sorry about that. I'm over here by Santa Barbara.
Yeah, I used to live in Orange County.
Sorry.
No, it was good. A good place to be from out of, as is all of California.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I guess 40, 50 years ago it was pretty nice.
Yeah, it was. I was born in San Luis Obispo in 49.
Oh, okay. San Luis Obispo.
Better known as Slow.
Alan, you mean I'm older than you?
I guess, if you were born before 49,
I was born in 46.
you are an old man.
And you're older than my oldest sister.
I know, it's terrible.
You're older than Jesus' donkey.
I can't get no respect either, Sabrim.
Oh, I respect you.
Thank you.
Good evening, Graham. Hey, Graham.
What's going on over there, Alex?
Oh, I was going to buy some stuff at that auction, and I just looked, everyone's out busy, but it's still 2 days and 2.5 days to go, so maybe it's not worth it.
Yeah, I heard you guys earlier. The bird slugs are probably worth $50 to $100 a piece, depending on which one. If you end up with something like 1,000 watt, 2,000 watt HF slug, I mean they're worth some money. Definitely worth more than $20 a piece. Okay, so if there's several of them in there, just keep that in mind. They sell very easily on eBay.
I think there's 2 bird meters, and then I don't know what else is in that box. And then there's another box with a bag of slugs, but it kind of looked like it was only 100 watts for HF. And there might have been a dozen or so in there.
Well, they're still going to be worth at least $5 a piece. The bird meters, $150. I would say is probably a fair price on those of what they're worth. But if you were to want to buy one right now on eBay, you'd probably pay around $200 or $300 used, even for one. I think you can buy a brand new one for about $500 still.
Okay, well, I'll look at it a little closer. No wonder I got outbid. I had $3 on it.
Yeah, just outbid them. Make them pay for it.
Well, that's the guy put up $40 on the box of, I don't know, 3 or 4 of those really nice air horns, military air horns. But he obviously wants it, so I'm not going to keep sitting on him. Maybe last minute, but everything, pretty much everything I bid on this morning is someone's already overbid me. But I'm going to just work on the box of rope and line. It's hopefully it's full of 8-inch diameter, so that's what I want.
Well, if it's a bird 43 meter, in decent shape, gray color, no cracks in the meter or anything like that, you should be able to resell one of those for $100.
So if I get 2 of those, I don't know how many in the box. I have to look. I have to wait till I get up to the house and look on the laptop. The phone, I'm having a hard time getting into my site there on the phone for some reason. I don't know how to do it. Stupid. But I have it set up at the house. I'll look at it, zoom it in a little bit. But I know there's at least 2 of those bird meters in there. There could be 4. And then the other box for timber price has a bag of the slugs and some other stuff. But they're not stupid. They're gonna bid on it. I don't need it.
You could use a bird meter for your stuff over there. That'd be good to have. And if you can get it for like $20-$30, I mean, hell. I've never seen one for less than $100 in any kind of decent condition.
this little waterproof box or whatever. But I don't see no accessories in there. And the other one's got a piece of paper over it, so I can't tell if the accessories are in there or not. I don't know what they are. They look like some kind of, I don't know what it is. It kind of looks like a remote control or something.
Well, get a picture of it and send it to Clark, and he'll tell you what it is.
I'll let Clark bid on it.
I thought the auction was like local to where you were at.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know what it costs to ship that stuff. To tell you the truth. But if I do buy something, I am going to have to go down there. And they got a preview tomorrow and the next day, so it's going to rain tomorrow. So I might go down on Monday and look at all this stuff.
I would imagine shipping would make it not worthwhile, probably.
Probably not. Not unless I grab it and then when my daughter comes or my ex-wife goes over there. Oh, I live a couple miles from Clark there. Anyway, I don't know. I've bought a lot of stuff with those doctors. I just try to get rid of stuff instead of buying stuff. But if it's something I really need, I would buy it. I definitely like to get that wine. I know that for sure.
I'll be right back.
We got a couple underwater cameras that are kind of cool. Maybe kind of fun on the boat, drop it down. See what's down there. We have a couple of those diving scooters, you know, the power scooters. You drive around underwater with them.
I gotta finish moving stuff around.
A lot of stuff